Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So I'm sorry I didn't get a video up on Tuesday. I'm hoping I can get this one up today, and then I have another random one. And then I'm hoping that I can get another video up for Friday. So cross your fingers for me. I need to get into my room and get some scrapbooking done, and it's a busy week, but I'm going to try today. I should have time today, but anyways, this is kind of a random layout. So I'm going to explain this one a little bit. I have a lot of Christmas photos that I want to get scrapbooked, and I will talk about those in one of my next videos. So this is just one that I'm going to do with this collection, and I believe this is Blvd making the team, and I want to say it's 2011. Oh, yep, I'm going to show the branding strip right there. It's 2011. There are a couple papers in here that are not from the Making the Team collection. I do not know the name of those. But what you saw me do there was take a picture of my photo with the strip. So for those of you that are on Facebook and you like Scrapbook Generation, perhaps you don't know, or maybe you do know, but I am part of a group that is run by Scrapbook Generation. It's called SG Scrap Squad, and I really like this group because they post challenges, they have online crops, it's a really fun interactive group. And so what they did this time was, this layout I did over a few days. What they did was, the first day they said, it was like a layout challenge type thing, and you didn't have to do it. That's one thing I really like about all of their challenges, is it's optional, and they don't only have scrapbook page challenges. They have card challenges and coloring challenges, and they have crops with everything, Bible journaling, everything. So if you like any of that, give this Facebook group a try. I think you would really enjoy it. So what they said to do for the first day, they said, okay, go cut 10 pattern paper strips, or paper strips, to all 12 by 1 inch. So you saw me do that at the very beginning of the video. I went ahead and inked mine, not knowing what they would say next. But then next, they kind of showed different ways you could put the strips on a piece of paper. And so I decided to cut mine from 12 inches to 10 inches and align them with the very left-hand side of the page, as you can see I'm doing here. So I took another picture, and that was that day. You weren't supposed to glue anything down yet. You were just supposed to say, okay, here's what I'm thinking for my layout. And then the next day they said, okay, go ahead and make your layout from this. And so I ended up I decided I wanted to tear all the edges or the bottoms of all my strips, just for a little fun, something fun. This is of my son, my middle son, years ago. I can't remember the year, but when he was in soccer, you know, they get their little trophies and things. So he was very excited about that. And it's just a fun picture of him. So I thought the torn paper strips would be kind of cute along the bottom. And then now it's to the part where they said, go ahead and make your layout. So I knew the paper strips were very busy, and there was a lot of black in the photo. I basically thought I would mount my photo on this black pattern paper, and it's just got little white dots on it. And so I went ahead and I did that. Again, this is from the Bella Blvd line. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue down all my paper strips. And I kind of wasn't crazy. I cut that. There's these strips with the soccer balls on them, and I really wanted to add those, but I didn't have a lot of other choices. And so there are more green strips, which kind of throws me off. But by the time the layout is finished, I actually really like it. So I am okay with that. So yeah, now I am just lining everything up, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. At first I thought maybe I'd use my T-square ruler, but then I decided I can just line it up along with the edge. And I think I do maybe get the T-square ruler out in a minute, just to make sure the top is aligned right. And I still think it's not 100%, but you won't notice at all in the end. So the funny thing is, I think in the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I made a layout and I called it "What Not to Do When Scrapbooking." This could be part 2. This is technically what not to do when scrapbooking part 2. I really struggled with this layout. I don't know. I felt my hands were being very clumsy. I felt I was dropping things everywhere. I couldn't get the things to stick down where I wanted them to. It was quite the struggle for me. So I will explain things as I go along, and I am inking my edges of all my papers again with my black close to my heart ink. Man, this is going to be what not to do when you're doing a voiceover too. Just kidding. So I had it like this, and I figured I was just going to mount the photo on the paper like this, and I don't have very much to go with see that paper there is from another line, and I'm not sure what, it's still a Bella Boulevard, but it's some boy, My Boy, or some kind of collection like that. I'm sorry, I don't know the collection. If you really want to know the name, let me know. But I started thinking, and I thought it would be fun if I had a soccer ball to go behind the photo. And so I recently, or sometime last year, I got a new Cricut, and I just went and I typed in soccer ball and found one. It was super easy, and so I printed it up really quick, I cut it out really quick. I really enjoy the way the new Cricuts are. I had a Silhouette for years, and I used it maybe 3 times over 3 or 4 years, and I've had this Cricut for a year, and I've used it more times than I ever used my Silhouette. So I find it much easier to use. I'm not really that computers don't like me, let's just put it that way. So it was super easy, and it took less than like 3 minutes to go ahead and cut out this soccer ball. And so you saw me there. I just went ahead and mounted the white behind it, and now I'm just going to place it behind the photo. It takes me a few minutes to figure out how I want you to see enough of the soccer ball so that it doesn't look funny, but I also want you to not see too much of the soccer ball and have too much of a gap between things. So I hope that makes sense. And here you can see, I got to point this out because I tried cutting my photo that I had already put adhesive down. I tried cutting the mat. Well, the adhesive stuck to the trimmer, and I do turn the video off and try to clean the trimmer, and I do get it mostly clean, but that'll come into play because the red paper stuck to the trimmer a little bit. I'll point that out in a few minutes here. So yeah, I'm just changing my ATG gun. That was another thing that didn't help. I was recording the video. I find changing the ATG guns fairly easy though, and I have to say I love when you have new roll on there. It just glides so smoothly. So I put the soccer ball behind the photo, and now I'm going to trim down the entire layout. I knew I had to trim off the soccer ball, so I decided I was going to trim down the entire layout and mount the whole thing on black. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my trick for mounting a layout is to use scrappy tape so I can pull off some of the adhesive at a time and make sure I get it lined up, and then I can pull off all the other adhesive backs, and then it's so much easier to align. Well, for some reason this time, this was one of the first things that didn't go. I put it down and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, that's not that's not lined up. So I had to tear that up and I had to tear off that scrappy tape, and so I put a new line down, and I'm going to get it straight this time, thankfully. But that was just one thing that was like, really? Okay. So I'm finally get that down, and here's where I just tear off the backings of the other adhesive. It just makes it so much easier on me than trying to use the ATG gun. So now I had my ink pad that I inked all the edges with right up to the left. You can't see it in the screen, but it had gotten a little bit on the layout above. You saw me a second ago try to erase it. So I decided that's okay. I'm just going to add some black splatters around because I haven't done that in a while and I really like the look, and this would be a good layout for it. So I'm adding my black little splatters. This is Skyscraper by Mr. Huey's. This is a color that only came in a kit, and I love it. It's lasted me for quite a while. I have not found one that I love as much as that one since then, so I will be very sad when it's gone. But I just have that little mat that I use too, and I roll it up. I used to keep it on my desk, but I didn't like the brown color in the video, so I don't put it there anymore. So then there was this sheet of cut aparts that you can kind of see to the left of the screen there, and I had trimmed them out when the soccer ball was cutting, and I saw this little kind of robot guy. He was kind of dancing type of, I don't know what he's just got a funky move, and I thought it was just a really fun thing for the layout. So here's a trick really quick, by the way. If you have an element that you want to punch something out of and it's too small to reach in the punch, just use some temporary adhesive and add it to a scrap paper, and you can put it in your punch wherever you want, as long as the scrap paper isn't too thick. So there, I just took the back of it off, and then I glued this down. And I think this says "what fun" or just "fun," something like that. So you're going to see that's going to come into play in a little while too, but I really liked the circle aspect to it. And now I'm just looking for some other things to go along with this layout. And I knew my title, I don't really need a special title, but I wanted the title to go up here on the top right hand side. And so I just thought I'd just do the title, "Oh yeah," you know, kind of like, "Oh yeah, here's my trophy." You know, I thought it was just kind of a cute title to go with this page. So these are thickers, and of course there's not much stickiness to them. So I just have them sitting on the layout temporarily right now. And oh, by the way, the splatters that I did have time to dry. I went off, and I think I was doing laundry this day too, and so I just went ahead and did my laundry, and by the time I came back it was dry. So here is another sticker that was part of the collection, and it had this soccer ball. So I'm going through my circle punches, and I'm just trying to see, one of them's just slightly too big and one of them's just slightly too small. So I went ahead with the too big one because I figure I can always still do the too small one, but I can't go back and do the too big one. So I thought maybe the soccer ball would look cute up here on the right hand side, so I just have it temporarily sitting there. And I'm just kind of looking through all of the stickers. These are the stickers that came with the Making the Team collection, and there was a lot of sayings on there that didn't really go with this photo. They had this blue little tab, and so I'm also going to take my my circle punches and punch a circle out of that one too. I liked that instead of using it as a tab. And basically my layout is going to have like from a bottom left hand side to a top right hand side type of look to it. I'm just again looking through some things. There wasn't a whole lot of ephemera or anything with this collection because it was so old. It's kind of before they brought all the ephemera out. And so here, when I trimmed down that little monster guy there, some of the red that was stuck to the trimmer, which I said I would talk about, stuck to that robot page, so I added some splatters. So then I thought I would add some splatters to this sticker too. Well, I wiped them off, and so there was these streaks all over it. So I'm trying to fix it with more splatters, and it just didn't work. It totally ruined the sticker. So that was another thing that was like, really? So I am going to fix that in a few minutes, and you will see that. So I gave up on it for right now. I'm trying to think, do I like it or do I not? But then I looked over, and on this cut apart sheet is this another cut apart with another circle element, and you're going to see me here. I'm going to get another scrap piece, I believe, for this one to get it all the way into the punch. I'm trying to, again, I think I got every circle punch I have out just to do this layout. So there, I just temporarily glued it to a scrap piece of paper, and I punched it out. So I do end up liking this a little bit better because I am going to add some foam tape behind this element. It's not a sticker, but whatever. And I'm going to add that there on top, and you can still see a small border of the one below it. And so now I'm just trying to pick up any splatters that I have with a paper towel. Sometimes if you're careful, you can pick up any wet ones, but I think they were all dry by this point. So now I have, now I'm trying to glue down my thickers, and I'm going to glue those in the wrong spot here. The 2 is not going to go on right. There's not going to be enough room for the 2, so I'm going to move them all over. I will show you there. If you can see, I had that little coffee cup, and I found that. I remembered my grandma, before she passed away years ago, we'd go over there and she would give my kids like little hot chocolates or something to drink, or milk, something for fun, just in the little coffee cups. And so when she passed away, I got the coffee cups, and I thought, what a great little holder, and it works perfect for that adhesive. So if you have like I was thinking a shot glass would work just the same. If you have a special one, you know, you got to be careful if it's glass, you're going to have glass in your area, but that way, even if I want to put the adhesive in there without the lid, it'll be just fine too, because if glue gets in the bottom of it, I can easily wipe it out, or even wash it, run it through the dishwasher, or anything like that. So there's an idea for you. And now I've gone ahead, I've glued down my title, I've glued down the 2011, and now I'm just punching out a couple circles. I'm looking for some more stars or different shapes that I can punch out to kind of add a few more of the circle aspects. So I am going to punch out 3 circles of this pattern paper with the stars on it. And I'm going to ink around all the edges of those, and some of them I'm going to add foam tape behind, and some of them I'm not, and I'm going to just tuck those around in 3 different places, kind of going with the number 3 to still give that whole, you know, odd number whatever to the layout. So yeah, from here on out, I think the layout basically goes okay, but it was definitely a struggle getting this layout, and this layout isn't even all that hard of a layout, so I don't know why, but I definitely struggled with this one. And then I remembered I also had these puffy star stickers from Bella Boulevard, so I knew that the colors would match really good. So I pulled some of those out, and I'm going to go ahead and glue some of the stars down, and I really like how this layout turns out. I'm very happy with it. So excuse me, my voice. Yeah, I'm really happy. I do apologize. There are no still shots in the end. I was just trying to get this video up for you guys. I'm also finding some yellowish enamel dots, so I wanted to just add a little something more other than just the blues. So I'm going to add, I think I add 5 yellow enamel dots around. I had 4 of one color, and then I'm going to dig around and try to find another one. And so that is basically going to be this layout, other than I am going to stamp the date on there right above the 2011. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope my voice didn't sound too croaky again for you guys, and thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you next time. All right, bye.